In ancient China, there was a kind of astrology called the 8 characters of birth, or simply called BaZi. This series of videos will give you a detailed account of the secrets of the Chinese BaZi.
If part 1 was about the river's force, how strong it is, and when it rises or falls, then part 2 is about what that river turns into, a person. In BaZi, the main tool for reading personality, talent, expression style, and social roles is the 10 God system. It's not a set of mystical symbols, it's simply a structured way to translate 4 basic relationships: who I generate, who generates me, who I control, and who controls me, into 10 distinct tendencies of character and ability. Once you understand the yin-yang and generating/controlling logic, the chart starts to read like a real personality and career report. Now that we've read the Daymaster's energy state, let's talk about personality and talent. For that, BaZi has another major system, the 10 Gods. For now, forget the 12 growth stages. Focus on the chart columns, often labeled main stars and supporting stars. You'll see Yi Wood labeled as herding officer and Gang Metal labeled as indirect seal. What does that mean? We read everything from the Daymaster's perspective. Here, Ren water. By the 5-element rules, water generates wood, Ren generates Yi. What I generate, if it's opposite polarity, becomes herding officer. So Yi Wood is Ren water's herding officer, and metal generates water, Gang generates Ren water. What generates me, if it's same polarity, becomes indirect seal. So Gang Metal is Ren Water's indirect seal. In this chart, the hour pillar matches the year pillar, so Yi Wood is still Ren Water's herding officer. The hidden stems inside the branches can also be derived one by one using the same 5-element relationships. I'll show you a reference chart you can save. But honestly, once you truly understand the generating and controlling logic, you won't need to memorize tables. They're just formulas. If the 12 growth stages describe how strong or weak the elemental energy is, the 10 Gods describe personality and talent. In the 10 Gods, proper officer represents rules, order, authority, and responsibility. When proper officer is strong, people tend to be principled and disciplined, but also more controlling, with a kind of self-discipline anxiety, like they must be excellent. Career-wise, it matches roles like civil servants or judges, guardians of rules. Good for rule-making, rule-keeping, and responsibility-driven work. 7 killings represents pressure, competition, crisis awareness, and breakthrough power. When it's strong, a person can be decisive and intense, and if it's too strong, it can lean towards self-destructive impulses, rebellion, and gambler mentality. It's the extreme win-or-die style. Careers often include doctors, soldiers, entrepreneurs, and revolutionaries, roles that require fast decisions under high pressure. Proper seal represents learning, tradition, and a sense of security. When it's strong, people are often kind and tolerant, sometimes even overly righteous in a bookish way. They may hoard knowledge and lean on nurturing energy. Careers can include librarians, therapists, and education-style creators, good for knowledge sharing, emotional support, and altruistic work. Indirect seal focuses on niche wisdom. It represents solitary exploration and awakening through deep study. When it's strong, people love obscure knowledge and uncommon hobbies. Careers may include metaphysics creators, hackers, or archaeologists, anything that rewards deep thinking in non-mainstream fields. Proper wealth focuses on stable income and practical comfort. These people are careful with money, budget masters, savers, and usually allergic to risky investments. Careers include accounting, cash handling, and small business ownership. Even in entrepreneurship, they want a full plan first, then steady step-by-step execution. Indirect wealth represents action, risk-taking, speculation, and resource integration. When it's strong, there's a thrill-seeking energy, like a professional deal maker. They're resource traders and skilled adventurers. Careers can include venture capital, antiques, brokerage, high liquidity, high negotiation, high resource integration. Eating God focuses on enjoyment and creation. When it's strong, people keep a childlike heart, and more often than not, they live for happiness. Career-wise, chefs, writers, musicians, artists, designers. They know how to enjoy life and also enjoy creative work that delights others. Herding officer is the archetype of influence through words and disruptive innovation. When it's strong, there can be a proud, everyone's asleep, I'm the only one awake vibe. Even their care for others may come out as sharp-tongued, tough love. They often show up as stand-up comics, commentators, or elite salespeople, perfect for roles that reward free expression and challenging rules. Friend brings strong self-identity and pride, great for careers that showcase vitality, like fitness coaches or athletes. Rob Wealth is the archetype of competing for resources. When strong, people often feel, if I don't grab it, it'll be gone, which can show up as revenge spending and trust issues. Fast-paced, high-risk, resource competition careers fit this energy. And if Rob Wealth is used well, it can also mean strong support, what we'd call fan-based influence today. That's the simplified type map of the 10 gods. Each one has strengths and pitfalls. In real charts, everyone has multiple 10 gods, representing different talents and personality angles. The key question is, can those talents actually work for you? That depends on whether the 10 gods are balanced and regulated, what BaZi calls being controlled and transformed. So, what does that mean? Take today's chart. Yi Wood is the herding officer, and it's very strong, plus it has roots in the career sector. So, can this herding officer be used positively? The month pillar's gang metal can restrain Yi Wood in both the year and hour pillars, which means this herding officer is usable instead of destructive. That points toward a career involving creative expression, and when Yi Wood is herding officer, it tends to express emotions, feelings, sensitivity, personal experience. We also see gang metal appearing as indirect seal in the month pillar. Gang carries a reform and breakthrough vibe, and indirect seal loves niche knowledge. So their innovative drive is likely to shine in a specialized, uncommon industry. Herding officer can generate wealth, so this creative force can produce money, suggesting some speculative or opportunity-based elements in the career. And with indirect wealth represented by Bing Fire, it implies the industry needs visibility, exposure, attention, being seen by the public. At the same time, the Daymaster looks relatively weak, and Xi Water in the Day branch shows Rob Wealth. Z Water gives the Daymaster a root, supporting the self. And Rob Wealth also appears as a residual influence in the career palace, which points to strong social pull, good connections, influence among colleagues, and potentially many followers or supporters. Putting it all together, we'd guess this person's career is likely in a creative field. Director, musician, game producer, something like that. Not a behind-the-scenes type, but a star creator who can speak on stage. Their presence can overshadow others, and they might even absorb other people's creative spotlight. When I describe it like that, who comes to your mind? We won't name anyone. Everyone has their own legendary character in mind. I'll also give you a reference table for 10 God regulation and balance. But again, if you truly understand the generating and controlling logic, you don't need to memorize tables. They're just formulas. And that's the basic method of reading a BaZi chart. At its core, it's similar to things like the Holland Career Interest Test or MBTI. It's a personality and talent framework. The difference is it's built on the heavenly stems and earthly branches time code system, and it has been tested through centuries of real-world data. You can think of it as a Chinese-style personality and career map.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this content, please follow our channel. And if you'd like to know your own BaZi and get a simple interpretation, we offer a free BaZi reading. You can find detailed methods in the introduction below the video.